So I'm sure many of you have seen, if you've been on YouTube for the past few months, there's been a few leaks for Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered. Today, we'll be going over all of those details and kind of trying to piece it all together and make some sense of it all. Before I do that, I just want to say a massive thank you. We've managed to reach 5,000 subscribers on the channel. I know many of you have only seen that I've posted Forza videos before, but I do cover other racing games aside from Forza, hence why you're seeing this video today. Thank you very much for the continued support, and let's jump straight into it. So if you're like myself and you watch other YouTubers that cover racing games, for instance, on the platform, you'll know that it's been spoken about quite a few times in the past few months. Now, EA haven't actually said anything yet, which I find pretty weird considering the game's due to release in November and it's coming up to October and we haven't heard anything from them. So, I don't know. Personally, I believe that EA are going to do some kind of teaser or a trailer or both, I don't know. But I'd assume they'll at least say something about the game within the next couple of weeks. It only makes sense. They're not going to speak about it 1 week before the release date and then be like, oh, by the way, this is coming out next week. That's not how it works. But I am surprised that they're leaving it this late to speak about it when we all know it's a thing. Like, EA, come on. Platform-wise, we'll see the remaster come out on the Xbox One, the PS4 and the Nintendo Switch. These have all pretty much been confirmed by leaks on Amazon and other websites, one of which being a Czech gaming website. We'll have it on those three main platforms, and then I'd imagine we'd also see it on PC, obviously, so Origin and Steam. As for the next-gen consoles, I'll be covering that later on in the video, so stick around whilst I go through everything else. And yeah, it will all make sense, hopefully. So the game itself will be very similar to what they did with Burnout Paradise Remastered. So we'd see enhanced visuals, a better gameplay experience than the original release, and then we'll have obviously the same cars, hopefully the same music depending on licensing issues, and then all the DLC that was released will be included in the remaster itself instead of having to pay for it all separately. The enhanced visuals and gameplay, so the remaster of Burnout had 4K 60 FPS on the Xbox One X and the PS4 Pro, and then it was 1080-60 on everything else, but that was like the standard point. It was 1080-60. I believe the Switch could have possibly been 720-60. I'm not too sure, but yeah, it was 60 FPS at least on everything. With the remaster for Hot Pursuit, I feel like that'll be the same boat, so the Switch version could potentially be 1080, great, if not 720, but then the standard Xbox and PlayStation will be 1080-60, and then obviously enhanced visuals, so we'll have 4K 60 hopefully for the One X and PS4 Pro, but it could be dimmed down to 4K 30, which is a worry, but it could be. So yeah, I'll be a bit disappointed if so, but it is what it is. And then on PC we can obviously have whatever really. And then with the cars, the music and the DLC, we'll have everything that we had from the original on the remastered version. So we'll have all the original cars. We'll more than likely have all of the same music as well. Again, depending on licensing. If they've still got it, then great, we'll see all the same music. And I hope so, because the intro on the original Hot Pursuit was fantastic. Really kind of set the mood for what you were going to play. So yeah, please bring that back. And then the DLC, every car pack they released on Hot Pursuit before will be included with the remaster on disc, or when you purchase the game, it will be there. And the last thing I actually wanted to touch about, because again, I'm not too sure if it will be a thing, but it would make sense if it is, and that's the crossplay feature. So Need for Speed Heat was actually the first game to introduce crossplay for EA. So you could play on PlayStation with your Xbox friends, or you can play, you know, whatever platform you're on and that game is on, you can all play together, which I thought was such a big thing for Heat, especially as the game was kind of like on its very last legs. They kind of brought it back for a bit, and then yeah, but it'd be pretty cool. I think that they will do that with the Hot Pursuit remaster. That way, say I'm playing it on PC and one of my mates are playing on PS4, we can jump in a party together and we can play the online mode together, which I think would be incredible. And that really kind of connects everyone together, and it definitely sounds like the right path that game companies want to go down nowadays. So potentially expect crossplay. It's not confirmed, but potentially. As for the pricing of the games, the console versions were already leaked on Amazon and that Czech website. So £35 for the Xbox One PS4 and Switch version of the game. And then I'd imagine that'd be about what, $40 for the US, and then if anywhere else in the world, you can probably work out roughly how much it'll be in like euros and stuff. And then for the PC version on Origin and Steam, I'd imagine it'll be a bit cheaper than that, so 25 to 30. I don't really know what the price of those will be, but I'd imagine the console prices are pretty exact, you know, they're not just going to chuck that price out there. And finally, the last obvious point for the video is the release date of the game itself. Now, all of the leaks have shown it to be the 13th of November, which is a Friday, so it's around the same time they released it back in 2010, obviously on the 16th. I actually believe that's going to be incorrect, and I feel like they're going to release it the first week of November instead. So if you look at Dirt 5, for instance, they had that planned for October because they had no idea when the next gen consoles are going to come out. And then they changed it when it was all announced to the 6th of November, which is a Friday. I actually think that the remaster for Hot Pursuit is also going to come out on the 6th of November, which is the same day as Dirt 5. So we're going to see both of those games come out on the Friday. And the reason I think that is because the Xbox Series X comes out on the 10th of November, and then the PS5 comes out on the 13th and the 19th, depending on where you are in the world. But yeah, it doesn't make much sense for them to release a older generation game after the new consoles come out. This also leads me to believe that there may possibly be like a upgrade for the game. So when it comes out, for instance, we might see a free upgrade to the Xbox Series X and the PS5 version, which again, that could also lead on to the 4K 60 FPS instead of the potential 4K 30 FPS. I'm pretty sure it's going to be that week for the release date. It makes sense. You know, I don't see why it would come out after. But anyway, they're just my thoughts on it. Overall, I'm actually really excited for this game. I love playing the original release back in 2010. It was actually the first game I ever fully completed and got all of the achievements for. That's how much I enjoyed it, you know. I loved playing the multiplayer with my friends. I loved going into the free roam. I liked everything about it. You know, it was a really solid game. And the fact they're remastering it, bit of a weird one. Obviously, they had Most Wanted and Carbon or even Underground to remaster. But I think this is a good stepping stone. So they can see how well this will do. Then hopefully next year or the year after, be like, hey, we're remastering Most Wanted. Or we're going to remaster Carbon. Like, please, EA, please do that. That would be great. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I've tried to be as informative and sense making. I mean, that didn't make any sense, but you know what I mean. If any of this information does turn out to be true, fantastic. You know, that would be great, but I don't really know. Like, I'm just speculating here, going off by what we've seen before and kind of making sense of it all. Yeah, let me know in the comments down below if you guys will be picking up the remaster for Hot Pursuit. I definitely will. Absolutely love the game. And yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next video, which will be very soon. So yeah, stick around. Yeah, adios.